run. I went out on a test run with BMW, and I felt like I had Parkinson's by the time I got back. My hands were like that, shaking.
We haven't gone live, have we?
No, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are live.
No.
We're live.
Yeah.
We've done live. Hello.
Oh, welcome to the live. Sorry about that. I think I
Seconds.
must have pressed the wrong button or something, Nigel. I'm sorry about that. You carry on. What
Yes,
was we talking about?
you are live on YouTube now.
Yeah. What was we on about? I'm sure you were talking about something about the BMW R20 or something, was it? Is it
Parkinson's.
R20?
That's what we're saying.
It's a lovely bike, apparently, isn't it?
Oh, look at that. On my YouTube one, we're all staggered.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Now we're better. That's better one.
I seem to have lost it. I have no comments here. I don't know what's going on, but I can't see any comments. Is that
No
right?
comment.
Do you guys remember the what was it, the R12C? I guess it's a cruiser that BMW made back in 1997.
Oh, that was the one that James Bond used in the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know they BMW brought everybody to Tucson, Arizona to test ride those bikes there. So everybody come from all over the world. They'd ride the BMW, so they were riding them through town. 50 or 60 of them, right? And I was the sales manager of the BMW shop there. I bet you I sold 15 of those things right after they got released.
Wow.
And did not sell another one after that.
Wow.
Weird looking things, weren't they?
Yeah, and they didn't have a good suspension at all. I rode one around, and I was so glad to get back on my Triumph Thunderbird afterwards. You piss blood after you rode it for a while.
They had like a leading link suspension on the front.
I don't know what it had. It was just very, very difficult and hard to ride. James Bond could do it with two people on it, but I couldn't do it by myself.
Oh.
But I did sell a lot of them.
Good evening, Dylan. Good to see you here. Just popped in. Dylan's around. See, Dylan's got a new name now. Did anybody notice that?
We did. It's
Honda Rider.
Cavan. Is it pronounce it like that, Dylan? Cavan Honda Rider.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to mention than the other name he had. That's all I can say. It's good. Brilliant. I like it. And back on to it.
That's the one I like. That evening, Gaz. Hello, GS wankers.
Yeah. How's everybody looking at the comments on the right hand side? They look big enough this time. I've increased the size on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look better than they were.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's better, not worse. Now, this week's live stream, we're going to test out a little bit of a new feature on the stream. We don't know if it's going to work or not, but we've got a magic wheel of fortune, which is we're going to give it a go. I don't know whether we'll give it a go now. We'll have a vote. Does anybody want to try it now, do you reckon, or should we wait till a little bit longer in the stream?
Let us get warmed up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Let's
got
get warmed up.
9 watching. So if anybody's got any suggestions, evening Bright, anybody got any suggestions that we can add topics to the spinning wheel? And then a bit later we'll spin the wheel, and then whatever it comes up with, that'll be the topic of discussion.
Yeah, basically what it is, we're going to try and get the people in the side chat involved in the stream as well. And if you've got any questions or anything like you want to ask, we'll put them in a spinning wheel, and they'll all be there. And if we get time, we'll go through as many as we can. We'll spin the wheel and we'll have a chat about various different things. And some of them things will be what you want to talk about. So because you'll have had some input there, so we'll give that a go after. Nigel, I think when you were saying earlier about your remote control that you're having a bit of difficulty with it. Sometimes, did you solve that at all?
I didn't. Brian did. The Peaky Biker did. My DJI Osmo remote control. I was doing it wrong. I was turning the remote on before the cameras, and obviously it was only when it did pair up. It was only pairing up with the one. But Brian was very good. Sent me 2 videos today explaining for Dunce's Corner how to do it properly. So no, it's as long as you don't expect too much out of it. Obviously, it's limited what it can do, But as far as stopping and starting your cameras goes, with a touch of one button, brilliant. We're sorted.
Brilliant. So you're happy. Yeah, I'm glad about
I'm
that.
never happy.
Well, Peaky does know a bit about the cameras. He's got 5, I think 5 or something on his bike, hasn't he? So he knows exactly how to pair them up. He's got the knowledge, hasn't he?
And in the video he sent me, he fired up 3 or 4 of them and hit the button and bang, all of them straight away. Obviously, it's slight discrepancy between the two, maybe a second, but for not having to go through all that footage now and try and sync it up to find a good starting point to line it all up, brilliant.
He starts them all at once, does it?
Yeah, yeah.
And is that the one? Does it go on your wrist or something? That one, does it?
Well, that one I'll there's 2 straps that comes with it. That'll be the smaller one, so that'll just go around the handlebar, and I'll put it where Bry's got his on the right hand side, on your throttle side, so you can reach it without having to take your hand off the throttle.
Yeah. You haven't got cruise control, haven't you? That's what cruise control's for, isn't it?
That's over the left hand side, so yeah. There you go. There's a suggestion for the spinning wheel. Look, from Dylan. Touring tires.
Right, we'll add that one to the list. I'll do that while I'm.
Evening, Paul.
Take me a couple of minutes, but I will sort that out. That was touring tires. Touring tires for spin the wheel. Can't I copy that? Why can't I copy that?
Yes, it'll be like Rev Bomb's giveaway without the prizes, won't it?
Yeah, well, I'm not as big a channel as Red Bomb. You see, I can't afford all these expensive all these cameras he gives away, and remote controls and everything else. These, I think Peaky won something. Did Peaky not win a
Tire repair kit?
That's very happy, isn't it? I wouldn't mind one of them.
There you go. Another one, Joe. Cool seat covers for touring.
I'm trying to keep up.
Don't they work?
Do they
It
work?
depends where you go, I suppose. If you go north, like up in Norway, there's very little chance of you sweating your bollocks off.
Oh dear. Paul just said he's awake for this one. He I think I know it was last week or the week before. He got on the sofa to start watching the live stream and fell asleep. It must have been scintillating.
Cool covers for touring, was that?
Evening, Ed.
Yeah, it was cool seat covers for touring.
Cool seat covers.
Yes, but as Al said, you go to Norway, you're probably not gonna suffer with Betty Swallocks, are you?
No, you need the heated variety.
Well, it's funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
Steve and I had a little trip through the New Forest yesterday, didn't we, Steve?
We did that, and you were very well behaved.
Well, I was. That's because you fed me, see. But we called into as luck would have it, we just stumbled across this BMW dealers. And
You bike.
yeah, what's the chance of that, eh? But we did go in. We had a peep around, and I said, "Look, as I'm here, just give me a rough idea of what mine's worth as a trade-in against that 21 plate GSA there." I mean, it was a lovely bike, wasn't it, Steve? That GSA. It had
fully loaded.
heated seat, front and rear, full aluminium luggage. The headlight cover was on there. I mean, everything that you'd have to spend out and put on a bike was already on it. So he come back, and bear in mind, mine's a 2018 with just tipped over 22,000 with a BMW full service history. And he come back and said, 7,000. I said, well, thanks for your time. And I stood up. Oh, hang on. Let me have a word with the sales manager again. So they came back again and got it up to 7.3. And then he came back again when I said no and said 7.5. And I said, look, you're nowhere near it. So thanks for your time, but I'll leave it. Thank you. And then he come back and said 7.9. He was just plucking figures out of thin air. But I mean, even at that, I thought it's too good a bike to give it away for that.
Yeah.
Didn't you say, Steve, there was a chap that came out with a Royal Enfield, was it 650 Interceptor with hardly any miles on it at all?
Yeah, he'd been ill. I believe he had cancer or something, so he hadn't ridden it, and he was going to go for the bobber style, the shotgun. They offered him $2,000 for it. 'Cause they said the market's collapsed.
Yeah.
But when we were there and they come out, you was looking at the 1250, weren't you? And they were
Yeah.
sniffing round your bike, and they were saying how bloody clean it was and how nice it was.
Yeah, and then
they're
insult
going,
you.
yeah, then they're going off you that, don't they?
Yeah, he was telling me what a wonderful bike it was, how clean, not a mark on it, low miles, good with the service history, and then says, "Yeah, I'll give you £1.80 for it," or whatever it was.
Wow.
Bonkers.
It's a bad time to change your bike.
I
Yeah.
blame my wife. She kept saying to me, "Go on, change it, change it."
Yeah. Well, you want to be like, who was it? Slobo Lobo. Well, if you ever get a dodgy battery on your bike, just chuck it out and buy a new bike. That's what I'd do.
Buy a
Well, if
GS.
you went flat, you're riding your bike and you stop to fill up with petrol and your battery goes flat, then it's knackered, isn't it? The whole bike. Get rid of it.
I'm gutted my comment didn't post on there.
Uh, we could repeat that. If he comes on here, we'll ask him why the comment wasn't there, shall we?
Email,
Yeah,
email
you
him.
never know. He may pop in.
Okay. I'm sure he'll be here.
I ought to type it out again, as you say.
I have lined you up with a proper test drive, haven't I?
We have. I'll just pop that one up on the screen quickly. Not so hairy biker. Evening. Nice of you to pop in.
Welcome. Oh, what's happened here?
Your wheels
What's that?
come up.
Oh, did you do? Who's done that? Where's that come from?
No, I haven't touched it.
Left hand and right hand comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, this is the trouble. And also, anybody who is watching, it's going out on Joe's channel and mine. So if you see comments come up on the screen that you can't see on the channel you're watching, it's because it's been posted on the other channel. So anybody watching on mine won't see any comments that are posted on Joe's and vice versa.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll be popping them up on the screen.
Yeah, all the comments come up on the screen.
In the right, isn't it? Yeah.
Peaky Biker saying he liked your Cheddar Gorge video. I did as well. Very nice ride through there. Quite busy, wasn't it, when you went there?
Oh, it always is. Always is down there, isn't it, Steve?
Does Phil know that sign's gone?
Say again, H?
Does Phil know that his sign's gone?
Didn't he?
Yeah, we ought to tell him because he stuck a few on there, didn't he?
Yeah, I'll try and let him know what's going on. But I reckon he's taken it and put it in his garage for safekeeping over winter.
He's probably got it pride of place on his wall.
He's probably laminated it so that no one can peel the stickers off.
I was a bit gutted because Steve said to me on the way down through, he said, "Have you seen the goats yet? Because they're normally right up the top and hanging right over the edge, isn't they?"
Yeah.
I said,
We came back. We came back one night from the place called the Wagon and Horses. They used to have a bike night on Friday, and me and my mate, he was on what's the bloody hell was he riding? Anyway, we were going down there, and one of those buggers jumped out in front of me. I thought it was somebody answering about. I thought it was a person jumping out in front of me. It was one of those bloody goats.
I thought
Didn't wipe me out.
on top of the cliffs as you were going through there were people doing rock climbing. Or were the goats you're on about? There was goats, but there was people climbing down them cliffs, wasn't there?
Oh, they do climbing up there, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard climbers called goats before, so you could be right, Joe.
Yeah.
I was saying to Steve, it'd be sod's law. You climb all your way up, you just get to the top, and then a bloody billy goat will headbutt you and send you back down again.
Is there only one way in, one way out on the Cheddar Gorge? Once you go in there, you
get
can
both
go sideways, can you?
You can get both ways here.
Both ways.
You can get both ways. You can do a whole loop, and it takes in another gorge called Burrington Combe. And if you do the loop, go through Cheddar, go through Burrington Combe, you come back on yourself, and you can stop at a chippy in a place called Churchill, which does the better fish and chips than you'll ever find in the gorge itself, and cheaper.
You wouldn't happen to know them by any chance, would you, Howie?
I do. My son used to work in the chippy,
No.
and I used to get free chips from there every time I used to go in there. That's the reason why.
You'd
If
never
blokes
know.
Yeah, the bloke's called Jeff. Ask Jeff. Say, you know Howie and Matt, and he'll probably bung
And he'll throw you
possibly a
out.
battering for you. He's what?
He'll throw you out.
No, he won't
I
throw
know
you
how you
out.
get out. I'm not having you.
What? So you just say you know me. Yeah.
Actually, I looked at the footage today of the gorge as we came back out, and the camera
Yeah.
looking back, it's actually better footage than when we were going down through.
What sort of cameras
You
is it
not
same
find
on the
that
back?
though when you're riding. Sorry, Joe.
You carry on.
No, I said, do you not find that when you're riding, the view always seems to look better in the rear view mirror?
Well, I don't know, because most of the time I'd see you.
You're the exception to the rule, weren't you?
I had to watch it.
No, I'd film him in 1080p if it were me, or 720.
I just wouldn't bother.
I'm toying with the idea of dropping mine down to 2.7K anyway. We're filming. Is there that much a difference?
Nope, definitely not. That's what I do, Nige.
Is that
7K, and then upscale it when you export it to 4K for YouTube.
yeah? I'm
I
just
was
looking at
looking
Brian.
back at mine. Sorry, I was looking back at mine in 4K and when I filmed in 1080, and actually watching on YouTube, there's not a lot of difference.
So it's an interesting thing, Steve, that if you upload a video in 1080, it uses a lower quality codec to publish a video. So that's why even if you only record in 1080 or whatever, you should upload it as a 4K video,
Yeah, I
upscale
do.
it,
Yeah, I convert it on my laptop.
and you'll get a better codec from YouTube. That was a
Doesn't
public
take too
service
long to.
announcement.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long to convert it on your laptop, though, does it?
No, not at all.
So,
But 2.7K, good choice, Nige.
Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll drop that to that.
Did anybody see German Jobby's difficult bolt video today? I felt sorry
Yeah.
for the poor sod. I really
Did.
did.
I was going to comment and I got waylaid. I was going to put, you could have paid someone to do that
Yeah.
properly.
Should have got a mechanic to do that. I would.
It could have had the BMW Rapid Reaction Force come out.
With a gazebo.
And a moist towel. Go on then, should we have a spin of the wheel, Joe?
Yeah, let's spin the wheel. Hey,
Go on. Should we give it a go?
what was that quiz where they spun the wheel? Wheel of Fortune. What was that?
Wheel of Fortune, wasn't it?
Yeah, we could do it like a quiz night. Do a quiz night one night and now alter the wheel night for questions, Joe.
As long as all the answers are on the wheel, that's all we want. We want the answers.
No, you just have them written down or you make them up.
Yeah. Right. Let's bring the. Let's show you what we've got here. Here is what we believe is the Wheel of Fortune. And on there, if I can, first of all, we want to clear the winner because
is that a spoke wheel or is that a carbon fibre wheel?
It's a wheel off a very old motorbike with chrome spokes.
It's an Enfield wheel, isn't it? Or is that?
I'd say so. Yeah.
So,
but
two-wheel Willie's wheel, isn't it? That's what it is. It's a two-wheel Willie wheel.
Yeah, the idea is what we're going to do. I don't know whether you can see what's in that wheel, but there's a lot of subjects within there. And if I spin it, what will happen is one will pop up. So should we give it a test first of all and see what happens?
Yep.
Give it a go, Nigel. I'll let you press the button. If it goes wrong, then I can blame you for it.
Oh, hang on, I've got to go to the...
Going on, get a move
There
on.
we go then.
Right, here we go. We spin the wheel. And we're going to see
exciting,
what
isn't it?
subject we come up with.
This is exciting.
Camera corner. Now, there's a good subject, isn't it, considering? And did you know that was going to happen, Howie? Did you?
Look at that.
Camera.
He's
Camera
caressing
corner.
it.
Camera corner. Absolutely wonderful, yeah. Well,
Right, I'll bin a question on that. When's the time to stop spending stupid amounts of money and just put up with what you've got?
When you've got no money or the missus finds out.
yeah. Well, if I've got enough money, I buy a second. I buy used ones off of the people who have bought them first, and then I lose the depreciation.
Excuse me, I'll jump in and rewind a bit. as new,
As new.
none of this used malarkey, as new.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Bryce said he shit himself with that bang.
Yeah. So cameras. So what cameras do you use anyway? I've got the GoPro, and people don't like the GoPros. I know that, but
Hang on a minute. Let's
phones
kick
with GoPros,
him,
so-
mate. Hang on. Where's the bootamate button?
When are you going to boot out? Me, the only one with a GoPro.
Coming here with that kind of language.
Well, I've also got one of these as well, haven't I? I've always got one of them, but I've never used it.
You have. You've got the Ace Pro.
It's a bit complicated.
Although you use GoPro, don't you, Jerry?
Yep.
Don't get any trouble with them?
I have operator headspace problems.
It's a problem, yeah.
About 90% of my problems are I forget to leave a lens cover on. I forget to plug in the microphone. Those type of things.
Yeah.
It's mostly my fault.
Old age stuff, yeah.
Yeah. That's why Peaky Biker asked me if I saw one of his old road race videos. I think I did. Peaky, it was back in almost a dozen years ago. I think you rode a 675 Triumph, didn't you? And so he asked that question a while ago. But for me, I like Peaky. If I carry about 5 cameras, one of them surely to be on right. So Joe, go for a lot of cameras. That way you at least get one right anyway.
Yeah. Well,
So
if
the
you
question
get really
is, how many is too many cameras, and what's the minimum camera?
well, you don't ask Peaky that. He'd probably put about 20 on his bike. He's got 5 or 6 already, hasn't he? But he must have plenty of money.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of problems with audio. So whether I can hear it or not, and it varies from camera to camera. So if I have at least 2 cameras with audio, then I feel comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I've only got one, well, 2. I've only tried it with 1 second camera only once, but I haven't done it.
Nigel's got some cameras for you. I know he does.
I got a lovely Osmo Action 3, Joe, if you want that at a very reasonable price.
Yeah. Do you keep your cameras? If you obviously you obviously got some cameras there, but if you've still got cameras, you'd keep them for second cameras and spares, wouldn't you?
Sure. I have a Hero 2. A Hero 2 I bought new.
Yeah.
Hero 2.
Yeah.
Hero
I
2.
had one of them.
I got a Hero 3 somewhere. Hero 3 Plus, actually.
The Hero 2 still works fine.
Funny enough, Brian was saying earlier he's got a couple of the DJI, the Osmo 2s. They were the small cube ones, and then you had the separate. But he said they're brilliant. I mean, he's on about flogging it, but I think he's going to end up keeping one.
Yeah. I did not know that Peaky Biker was a track god, before in afterlife.
What I want to know is, would he still squeeze into them leathers?
No.
No. You want to swap it for Lycra? At least that stretches.
You can't get it stretchy enough. I've had 3 sets of leathers.
Can I just bung that up on the screen? If that's my mission tonight. I think he's got 178 subs, and we do what we did with you, Steve, as well. Have a mission tonight. See if we can get him up to 200 tonight. If you're not subbed to him, go and sub. You'll like that channel. Very good.
The only downside, he's not a BMW rider, but I wouldn't hold that against him.
He is a GS wanker, I'm afraid.
The GS Mafia.
I'm already subbed to him, so
It's a great little channel. It's well worth a watch.
It's good. Same with everybody in the side. If there's channels in the side chat that you're not subbed to, go and give them a sub. Look after the little fellas.
Well, are there any big fellas on this?
I'm going to try and put this on here again. The thing is, what happens now is that's only come up on your channel, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to see if I can paste it here. But
no, here it is. There it is.
Hey, I got a question for Alex. I can't even respond to comments that I'm seeing over here. What am I supposed to be hitting here? I see the comments on the left side.
Can you not see a box with comments?
Do it on YouTube, Jerry. Go on one of the YouTube channels. You'll be able to respond there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but mute the audio and pop the chat out on there, Jerry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what you have to do. Yeah, you have to log on to the actual channel and do it from there. It's the easiest way, I think.
I don't think you can do it in this
Yeah,
server.
you can't do it in this. You got to kind of like do it off the.
I wish somebody told me that. I've been trying for about 20 minutes.
Oh no!
Right, there's another sub from him as well. I've subscribed as well, so that's 2 at least I can see. If anybody else want to add it on, then
He actually come up with a good one earlier on when we were talking about camera kit. He said if he ever passes away and his wife finds out how much he spent on camera kit, we're all in that boat.
oh yeah,
There you go. Look, how much is he paying?
Yeah.
it's the same with motorbikes as well, though, isn't it? If you want a new motorbike and if you've got your missus there as well, she'd probably have some sort of thing to say about getting another motorbike, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, Ron says, not a GS wanker, just a wanker with a GS. Sums it up lovely.
Hey, Knight, is there
Yeah.
like 2 different clubs of GSs? The guys that bikes are worth less than 10,000, and the guys that are worth more than 10,000.
Well, funny enough, we pulled up outside that BMW dealership yesterday, didn't we, Steve? And I'd just taken my helmet off, and a bloke come out, and I said, "All right, mate." Totally blanked me, completely ignored me, and I said to Steve, "Bet he rides a fucking GS." And within 2 minutes, down comes this GS, and it was him.
Well,
Totally ignored us.
funny enough, Nige,
It was worth more than 10 grand.
Yeah.
when Grey Wolf bought his bike and I went around with him, I went round the back on my NT, the Honda NT, and the 2 GS riders just totally blanked me. Never even looked my way. I was just like, no.
I mean, Gaz, Backroad Tourist, he did a video on it and said, why a GS rider's got this stigma attached to him. I mean, that was a classic, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
Totally blanked us. Complete. I mean, we
Be
were,
honest,
4 foot from him?
Yeah. It was even hard to find staff to talk to us, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. And when he did, he insulted me with the price.
I pulled up to a BMW shop one time on a Harley Davidson Sportster, and the owner came out and told me to please move around to the back of the shop. He didn't want people to be seen. And that guy, 2 or 3 years later, hired me as his sales manager.
Really?
Jerry, do you watch a guy called the Smokeslog vlog? Sean Smoke. He's a BMW mechanic, or he was, and the dealership that he works in, they've given up BMWs because they can't make any money selling them.
Really?
Yeah. I think
They
he's
love
in Washington State on the
Yeah.
west coast, and he was saying that it was costing them money to sell BMWs. They weren't making any money. The techs don't make money because of the amount of time they get to work on it.
Yeah.
They were saying it was just a disaster. So they've got rid of all their bikes, and they do Hondas and all other kinds of stuff, but no BMWs now.
I can't understand for what they're selling the bikes for. They can't make money. I mean, if they can sell them.
I think that's half the problem. I think they're so expensive, Jerry. That and it's not just for America; it's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. If they can take, we couldn't take trade-ins. That was the hardest thing for me to sell bikes because I couldn't take a trade-in. Even if it was a BMW, that was even really bad. So
you only sold new bikes then?
well, what I would have to do is if you brought your bike in, I'd have to sell your bike for you before you could buy the bike I was selling. And sometimes I would have to sell the guy that wanted to buy your bike. I'd have to sell his bike for him. So You know, sometimes I'd sell 2 or 3 bikes to sell one new bike.
Wow. Sounds painful.
I'm reading
Yeah.
these comments.
Okay.
Although, I must admit, there was a bike waiting to be picked up.
When Howie,
There was one bike waiting to be picked up, Steve, wasn't it, under the cover? That was brand new. And there was a brand new one out the front waiting to be picked up. So they are selling them. But they didn't have any of them but ugly 1300 GS Adventures in there. Not one.
They did have a ugly 1300 GS, but that was the one under the cover.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should sell at
They
BMW
was trying to hide
GSA,
it.
under the cover.
Under the
It
cover.
should sell you a cover with that bike. That's a
And keep
bike.
it over it.
the Fright Night. Yeah, you're right, Jerry. It's certainly one of these bikes that you either love or hate.
It looks small in real life, though, doesn't it?
That 1300 looks small, doesn't it? The standard one.
Tiny compared with the 12 and 1250.
Mm.
And the really, Steve, they look big.
Side by side, they look a lot smaller.
Wow.
So, nice part next to one, didn't you?
Yeah.
What?
And
They're
honestly,
smaller than mine, but that's to be expected.
I had the second look. I thought it was something like a 900 or something he was parked next to, but it was 1300.
Yeah, it was a 1300, wasn't it? And it looked tiny.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that basically the new 1300 GS is a little bit smaller, but the GSA, it's just humongous.
Well, it even looks small next to mine.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think mine's taller.
It's not. Is when you ride with Nigel, does he always keep you in back?
Oh, he
No.
does. He took the ass every now and again.
I followed you yesterday, didn't I, around the New Forest?
You did, yes.
He although I did get
You only
worried.
show him in the back, though. You only show him in the back. Why is that?
I did get worried at one stage, though. He took me down this quiet-looking road. He says, "Here, come and have a look at my wood."
Hey, you know what? We've done that spinny wheel. We've had a subject, and we've gone right off topic. And the spinny wheel has been parked up somewhere. So I think you should get back on track. Get
But
the
I'm like
spinny wheel
that.
out
I'm
and
like
do
that
another
when I'm on the
spinny
bike
wheel.
recording. I start talking about something, and then I'll see something, and I'm right off on a tangent. Then
You
freewheeling.
So is that a request for the spinny wheel?
Well, you do what you want. I think the spinny wheel got parked up. That's all I'm saying. I don't think and you went off subject.
Let's give it another go. Let's give it another go. Right, here it is.
Wheel.
The wheel. Now, we're going to give it a
Have a
spin to see
corner.
what subject gets us going this time. Ready to go?
hopefully it's
Go.
42 double D.
Right, here we go. Here's the next subject of the stream.
Come on.
Let's hope
Red
it's a good one.
bomb. Nope.
How is it?
This is a fix.
Right,
You have the option to pass if you want, Howie. It means you select what you want to choose. You can pick a topic or pick any topic you want to speak about.
I think, any topic. I think we should talk about Dunk's bolt.
About what, sorry?
Dunk's bolt.
Shows your bolt, Dunk.
German job is stuck bolt. How would you have dealt with that? Would you have shit in the tank and thrown bricks at it and things like he said he was going to do?
I told him I would have paid somebody to do it properly.
Right.
Yeah, what did he do? I think I missed that. What are you on about with German jobbies?
I haven't seen that one yet.
He put a video out. I'll explain. He put a video out on one of these bolts that holds the brake pads in.
Yeah.
Was seized in. Someone's put far too much Loctite on it, and he's rounded it off.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get one of those reverse drill bit things, the extractors out on it.
Start
And it was just getting worse and worse to the point where he almost got like he was going to give up. And he put up on the board there that he was going to defecate in the tank, set it alight, and throw bricks at it. That's how he felt at the time. So I think what event has happened on your bike which has made you as mad as Dunk got to do in his video? There you go. If you want to go round the table with that one. Howie's choice.
I would have done it right in the first place. I would have took the nut out and it would have come out dead easy. I would have heated it up and put a bit of penetrating fluid on it before you even
in a perfect world, Joe. Yeah, in a perfect world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
too late when it's damaged.
I just can't believe that he did that just to be able to make a video about it.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that just for
Yeah.
likes
I
and
tell you,
subs
what
and things.
people would do for clicks.
I think it's just those cheap toffee spanners they use.
Yeah.
If you had a decent snap on, that wouldn't have turned the head off.
No, it's because it was a Suzuki. It wouldn't have happened with a BMW.
No. The rapid reaction force would have had that off in no time.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Top tip: use an electric drill. Put the extractor on an electric drill, ram it in, and pull it out.
I'd have hammered it in and then slowly done it. Slow
No.
pressure.
I've tried every way, but believe me, that's the way it worked with me. Get the electric drill on the bugger.
I would have got a welder.
welder.
Took the welder on the top of the nut and then used the welded part to turn the nut round and take it out whilst it cooled a bit.
I'd have got a cold chisel and half a brick and knocked the.
I've done that, welded an old spanner on before now just to get something undone.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It does work if you're desperate for it. Yeah, in lots of ways.
On brakes, you can't put any heat on it, can you? Because it melts the seals.
Peaky's got a good idea there. Look, get a toolkit off Red Bomb.
That's probably what fucked it up in the first place.
They said that's what caused it.
Dear me.
He says that's why he crashed his V-Strom 650. Look, was for the views.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think the views were very good. It was probably just tarmac. That's all you were seeing.
Now, I think if you're listening there, Dunk, I felt sorry for you, mate. I really did on the time because you could tell from your voice that you were getting more and more choked at the fact that the bugger wasn't coming out. But I hope you sorted it out. Just let us know in the side chat whether it's sorted or whether you got the a replacement for it, mate.
Was it Howie? Was it a nut or was it like a Phillips screw?
It's one of those hex bolts that he'd rounded round, and then he was trying to get in there to get it out with an extractor. You know, I can't think what they're like. I got something similar on the end of this thing here. It's got like a
Easy out, didn't they?
yeah. It's kind of like what's it got? That's not it.
It's basically a left-hand thread.
There it is. There it is. It's like one of them.
Let me just see if I can. Hang on, wait there, Harry. Just give that a bit. It
probably won't focus, but it's got little threads on it, and as you twist it round the wrong, you twist it round the wrong way.
Drill a hole in the head of the bolt first, don't you? Drive it in there.
You've got to get it in there and get a grip, and then it'll ping it out.
He's still doing that.
Sounds bloody.
Oh, he's waiting for a hell kit. All right. I hope it all goes well, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll sort it out eventually.
Bring the wheel back.
All good fun though.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Take the money. Take the money. Spin the wheel.
Hey, what we well, I'm not going to put any money on it, but it's one thing you could do at a later date, I suppose. But we want to have another go, do we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
Go on, him. I'm going to. Nige, you give it a spin this time. Then you can get blamed for what goes wrong afterwards. Remember, if anybody's got any comments or things they want to put on the wheel, if you've got a subject that you want to talk about, let's put the wheel and let's have a go at it. Right, so this is a good one. I like this one. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have some channel recommendations. And in the comments, you can write down in the comments what channels you would recommend to watch this week. If you've got a spare 5 or 10 minutes spare to watch a video, give us your comments. And I'll probably start off with one, shall I? I've got one here. It's only a small channel, and today I got a message from, it's 1962, JPG is his channel, and I got an email, and he said he's got an NT 1100, and he was telling me that the indicator switch on the left-hand handle on the handlebar on the left-hand side, sometimes you would keep missing the actual switch and getting the wrong button. So he wants to put an extension on that. And I said to him, he said, could I make one out of a 3D printed part so you can add to it and extend it by 10 millimeters or 20 millimeters? So I'm going to make one of them extensions for the NT 1100 and see if it fits and help him out with that. So I would recommend go and have a look at his channel. He has got a channel. He does motorbikes and things. And on that score, I'd like to ask Alex, have you had any problems with your left-hand switch on the indicators on the NT? I find it long enough. I don't miss the buttons or anything, but obviously some people do.
Nope, no trouble whatsoever.
No,
Just seems to work okay. It's fine.
I thought as well. Well, that would be my recommendation. Just go and have a quick look at that site and see if you can. He's got some good videos there, and he's got a video of going through up the lakes and things as well. I think. No,
What channel's that, Joe?
It's 1962 JPG. I might pop it up in a minute.
Yeah, pop it on the chat.
Any recommendation?
1962 JPEG, eh?
JPEG, yeah.
Evening, Stevie, extra rider.
Yeah.
Evening, Tom.
He done a good video, didn't he, tonight?
I love that one, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not watched it
like
yet.
I've got a few to watch later.
On that video that Steve did, there was a bike on there, and it was a Yamaha GTS. Had the weirdest suspension system I've ever seen on a motorbike. And he was explaining how it worked. And what a way they used to make motorbikes. Nowadays, they're all designed by computers, so there's no imagination being used, is there? It's just done in the most efficient way. So have you got any more channels that we'd like to recommend tonight?
Yeah, there you go. There's one I just put up from Paul. Look.
Which one's that? Two girls, one cup.
What's that about then? What's that about, Nige?
Watch that when you're on your own.
They've probably got plenty.
What's 2 girls, 1 cup, Nige? What's that about? Tell me.
44
Bring
D.
it up on the screen.
Make
Do I
sure
need?
glass of Vimto, I think.
Not
Is it a
ceramic
pay-to-go
cup, is
one?
it?
Yeah.
Is it a pay-to-go one or something like that, or can we free?
Oh yeah, you'll pay.
Why don't we have just before we go off this subject? Why don't we have a quick go round of all the channels that we watch our channel regularly, such as Exeter Rider, Peaky Biker, German Jobbies. Let's get a few of the names of the people who physically watch this channel to start off with, and give them a bit of a shout out on this one. It's gone quiet. Surely somebody watches our.
Right.
Reading the comments, then.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going through the comments, putting them up on the screen. You lot crack on.
Yeah. And we've also got German Jobbies, Exeter Rider. We've got Backrod Tourist here on the channel here as well. Other good channel. If you see any of these channels that were mentioned here, give them a shout out and go and sub to the channels, and it helps them out quite a bit. And we've also got ourselves here. We've got Howie 702. We've got Alex from the Adventure Blur Review. Might as well shout out as well for everybody. And we got Steve from the Dorset Rider, and Jerry Flat Cap Cafe Racer, and we've got Nige from Tudge 29 Motovlogs.
Or Tudge 26, as you put on the.
Did I?
The thing that yes, I had to whip in and change that quick.
Did I make a mistake? I don't make mistakes. Do I?
Steve says, "Am I auditioning for Lost in Space?"
Yeah. Nige, 26 is in reference to you losing your weight, mate. You know, you're on that diet.
Yeah.
It's not that diet, it's them bloody tablets they give you. God.
I don't want to hear about it.
No, you don't. Trust me. I don't take any yesterday when we was going out on the bike. It's just as well. Steve taking me down to see his wood.
Well, you won't need a heated seat, will you? Nige, you won't need a heated seat, will you, if you do?
No. I wouldn't need one of them comfort gel seats either.
Well, not for the first 5 minutes.
Bandit Man UK kind of watches. He does a lot. I see him all over the place on a lot of different channels.
What was that again, Joe? Sorry, I missed that.
Bandit Man UK.
Bandit Man UK, yeah. Very good channel, yeah. And what was that?
I linked a channel there called Courtney's on Tour Again, and they run about an old pan-European, a husband and wife, touring videos, some info, nice videos.
Courtney's on tour.
Yeah, I've linked them in the chat.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Just have a look now.
Yeah, we got them. Got them there.
Do any of you guys watch Lee Johnson and his channel?
No.
Cross them.
Oh, yeah, he's a UK racer. He's he's been doing really well. He's pretty funny though. Need to watch him. He's had several serious crashes though, but he's got a good channel.
Can you post a link to his channel there, Jerry? Have you got it there? You can just put it on or not? No? Let me find it.
It's Lee Johnson.
What's the name of the channel?
Lee Johnson.
Lee Johnson. Right. The Legend of Lee Johnson.
No, I don't think that's it.
No? Be careful what I type up here. I don't want to put it on the screen just in case someone else comes up. Lee Johnson.
It's just Lee Johnston. JOHNSTON.
Oh, Bryce says he's raced against him.
Oh,
Is that right? Wow.
You were both little fellers then, huh?
Yeah, we have it here. Yeah, we have the channel here. Let me put it up and see if I can.
Gaz has just said, it's a TT rider, good channel.
Yeah, he's got his son. Goes out. He's got a little bitty son. Of course, Lee's about 5'4", right? He's not very big.
Should be a
cute as
jockey.
hell.
Just check that out, Jerry. Just tell us if that's the one that you're on about. I've put the links in the chat there for that one.
I think I've put a link in as well. Is that the one, Jerry? Yeah, it looks the same.
Yeah. It's the only one I can find anyway.
Yeah.
Steve's just put another one, Mike the Spike Edwards.
I used to watch Mike the Spike Edwards a lot. He's a really famous racer over there. He's getting up there about 60 years old now, but
Wow.
he can still ride the wheels off a bike.
A mere kid, 60-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
A youngster.
And while we're on about channels and things, if anybody's in the side chat here and they want to put their own channel link in there, just copy your link and stick it in the side chat if you can do that.
But what kind of videos do you guys generally watch? I mean, I kind of watch all kinds of motorcycle videos.
Trust me, Jerry, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
No. Everybody but Nige.
Well, me, I prefer to watch the technical videos rather than the big ride out, the long ride outs, which are like an hour long or something like half an hour long. I would rather watch a technical video on how to do something or a video that tells you,
Okay.
it teaches you something basically.
Yeah.
If you're learning something as well. In between all the ride out ones as well. But I mean, that's my preference on videos. Technical ones.
I've got a question, and this is kind of dangerous. Not as dangerous as Nige, but how about you, Howie?
Me, what sort of videos do I watch? I'll watch tour videos sometimes. I tend not to watch the channels which are selling me products and stuff like that. That kind of like really does turn me off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Or people that are just completely selling something and they'll mention everything that's they're wearing that lot. It just really gets my.
So the mist and the
But
flyer.
some of that's interesting and
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, but I'm putting my Riker kit on and I'm putting my Shoei helmet on now. I got this helmet and it's the best helmet I've ever had, and it's the best. I kind of I just turn off. I'd rather see somebody just having a good ride, scenic place, and enjoying themselves, and that kind of like if there's decent music on it, because I do appreciate music. I kind of like that. So yeah, I mean, it kind of like it's been a bit of a savior for me because I've had 6 months off the bike. I've been doing nothing but watching other people riding their bikes. So it's kind of like I'm coming back into riding my bike now. So I kind of like want to get on and enjoy my ride rather than enjoy watching someone else's ride, if you understand what I mean. So
I do.
yeah, I'm going to get into that point really. Yeah, but I just like watching people's videos. If I find something interesting about the bloke or the character, then yeah, I'll sub to them and I'll jump on their ship and sail with them.
I think Peaky's dozed off to sleep and his head's hit the keyboard, I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah. It looks
That's code. That's code.
It's code. It's code for watch me.
How about you, Alex and Steve? What kind of videos do you guys like to watch? I mean, general subjects or?
Well, I watch loads of videos away from biking,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not going to mention them. But techie videos, I like techie videos, as you might have noticed in some of the chats I've been putting up on WhatsApp. But I like techie videos. I like touring videos on a motorcycle, right? So Steve of Exeter Rider, he did a little tour of the south, I think Tamworth, maybe things like
Yeah.
that on his
Yeah.
Royal Enfield. That was brilliant for me. That's my kind of video. I'm not that keen on reviews unless I'm really keen on something to go and see what someone's thinking about it. I don't. I'm like Howie. As soon as someone starts to flog stuff on their video, I'm a turn off to it, right? Because that's not why I watch it. I'll go and watch other tellies. But I like the touring videos, as you might have guessed, because that's what my channel's about. It's about riding about in the motorbike, and I'm interested in what people do with how they shoot videos on a motorbike. And that's an interesting angle that you don't really see an awful lot of. But I do.
Hints and tips, you mean, sort of thing, Alex?
Well, yeah, it's not so much they're imparting hints and tips, but it's different angles and different.
Yeah.
Because we all stick a camera on the front of our gob or on the handlebars, and sometimes on the back of the bike, and it's sometimes good to see a little bit different. That's why I think 360 videos are quite interesting, because you can do a lot with them, and I don't think anybody's really nailed a 360 video properly yet.
Yeah, you're right.
But
It's hard to do.
it is hard to do. It really is, and particularly not to get that fishbowl. So that's my kind of take on things.
Well,
But
Alex, while you're on that subject, then with like tour video, when you go out on the bike, have you sort of pre-planned where you're going to go, what you're going to talk about? Because I don't, because I said my head's all over the place when I'm riding. I'll start talking about something, see something
Steve's
completely
laughing.
different.
He knows. Steve knows.
Yeah, well, it is. It's like Steve. I mean, when we're yapping away on the comms, isn't it? We're talking about something. I'll spot something else, and that's it. We're off on a tangent then.
I'll tell you what. I don't plan any of my videos. What I'll plan is destinations. So I think I'll go up there to there. I'll go there, but I don't think of anything. But what I do think about, which helps with editing, is when I open my gob, I think about it. Am I going to put it on YouTube, so that I kind of, if I'm going past a really nice bit of scenery or something interesting to speak about, that's when I would think about it, and then I'll recut it back in on the computer. But I don't plan it. No, not at all. It's probably obvious that I don't plan it, but no, I don't to that level.
I think if you talk about what interests you, it's going to interest someone else, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's so one of the things that drives my channel is that you don't see very many videos from my part of the world, because my part of the world's I think it's quite scenic. Some of the roads are fantastic. When you do see them, when you do see Scotland roads, they're the west coast. So what I want to do is share my part of the world, because I've got some cracking roads around me that you never see. And even when at the start of when I started doing this, there's so many local lads commenting saying I didn't know about that road. So that's the kind of thing that I want to do. So I don't plan it, Howie. I just play it by ear. But I do think about it in terms of editing a video if I do say something.
Wow. And good for research. If you want to go somewhere on a tour, you can sit there on YouTube and think, "Oh, that's a good road," or "No, I don't quite fancy that one," or "That's a good place to stay." That's what I use it for.
Yeah, no, quite right.
I mean, when I did, I think it was when I had the Versus, and I went through that village where the Toll Puddle Martyrs were, and I did about the six.
Piddle puddle, you mean?
That's the one. Piddle puddle.
Piddle puddle.
So I mean, I went out solely with the intention of doing that, and I was quite proud of myself. I actually managed to go out and do what I intended to do, and got it done. But 99% of the time, probably within the first mile of that ride, I've gone to pot. My head's looking at God knows what.
Mm-hmm.
So I admire anybody
Yeah.
that can go out with a plan and stick to it.
Was it you,
That
Nigel, as
last
well?
one we done on. Sorry,
Carry on. Carry on.
No, I was just saying that Nigel's last one on Cheddar. I know I was there, and I know I'm his mate, but I wet myself all the way through. The way he put that together and cut out all the other rubbish we was talking about.
I'd like to listen to all that, actually.
Oh,
A take out video.
oh,
That's
we
covered
covered
I
everything.
see you. I see you unplugged yourself, Steve, from his commentary. Was that part of the reason? Because you were pissing yourself.
He did. Was that deliberate, Nige?
Well, you
Well,
probably see it in the video, and it's what I use to record Steve is that little Sony sound recorder. So I have that in my tank bag, and then I've got a splitter coming out the cardo, and obviously the 3.5 plug on that spongy cable. But I think because I'm a fidget on the bike and my head's everywhere, and is your missus in the room, Steve?
why?
Can
What's he
can
bought?
she hear?
No, I've got the door shut, and she's
Oh, that's a
on the
shame. Yeah,
computer.
because Steve's on the intercom all the time saying, "God, look at the ass on that," and my head's everywhere. It rips a bloody cable out.
Oh dear!
And occasionally he'll say it about a woman.
You want to get him into trouble. Hope he doesn't watch it.
Oh, what was it? I'm going to leave that in on the video, actually. I won't
Mm.
say that. I'll put that
My
in the
missus
video.
has
when
heard
I
it all
do it.
before anyway.
Oh.
So yeah, Jerry asked the question of myself and Steve. So what about you, Steve?
What I like to see, I go everything from road racing to drag racing to dyno stuff to touring to reviews. Um, if I'm looking at a review, I can put up with a little bit of the I'm selling something type of thing. If it's not a review, then I'm kind of like Howie. It doesn't interest me. When they're trying to sell stuff. So. But I watch some of the guys I watch. I know when they do a report or review on a bike, like the old man and Darcy. I know exactly what it's going to be before it gets to the end. But occasionally they'll do trips like to India, where they spend a week in India.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched any of those videos where they're riding in India? I mean, if I had enough courage to go to India, that would be really cool ride.
Now they ride on the roads there. What sort of things they carry on the bikes and things? It's quite a.
Oh, and then traffic's going every which way. I mean, there's no rules or regulations.
Wow.
And the thing is, you won't need tablets like Nige. You'll be shitting for without any of that stuff.
Well, that's why I'm wondering why Steve's riding behind him so much. Have you taken your tablets, Nige? No? Okay.
I don't
taking them a
take
couple of
any
days
if we're
before we
going
go
out. If we're going out, I don't take any because it's like your 60-second warning. And that's it.
I've been watching a guy called Joe Ryan, Jerry. He's went across India and Thailand, and the videos are outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
It's Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan, yeah.
Okay,
I'll find his link and I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm interested in all that kind of stuff. Of course, I got a lot of free time, so it's not like, coming back from work like Joe Joe's retired, isn't he?
I'm not retired yet.
You're close.
It just looks like he retired. That's all it is.
I have to wait another
Jerry.
8 weeks before I retire. That's why I'm
when you're
still
gonna put the
quite busy
spark
at the
plug
moment.
in.
Pardon?
You gonna put the spark plug in then?
I might do that eventually. I did wash the bike. I did have time to wash the bike today because we had a bit of a spell where we got the rain stopped and there was a clear couple of hours window, and I got time to wash the bike, and also went out on the NT as well. So it's getting time. It's a bit like also when you're watching videos on YouTube, sometimes you just haven't got the time to watch them all. It's not that you don't want to watch any television channels. It's just that time is limited. you can only watch a certain amount in a day, basically, can't you?
I like the guys when you guys do your reviews, like on the bike shows over there, the NEC, Live in London, the ABR. Those things are really interesting because those are things I'll never really get to see.
Yeah.
So those are good. I think Steve just did one not too long ago, and I think New Biker did one. So those are really good for me to watch.
Yeah, so watch the new biker one. Also, I've got 3 or 4 of the videos to watch later. Steve's is one of them.
Yeah.
Did you see Steve's one, Jerry?
Yeah, I was just watching it, the one he released today.
Yeah, that was very good. That, and some of the bikes on there were similar to when you did your video. Some very interesting bikes you would never ever see unless somebody would show you them.
But the biggest difference I saw there were a lot of club bikes. So there's a lot of, you have more clubs in the UK than we do. So they bring, the BMW club, the, whatever club, and they'll ride the bikes in. They're still they're spotted from rain, and they'll bring their bikes in. It's really good to watch that. You always see something that you've never seen before when you watch those videos. And Steve did the one where he went behind the rope with a guy and is explaining his Yamaha GTS. Remember that one with a
single-sided, yeah.
Fork, and it never did sell. They sat on the showrooms here for like 3 or 4 years. They never did sell.
Well, this will drag us on to something else as well. While you're on about that GTS, Stevie Soggy Balls has got one.
Really?
Yeah, he bought one. He had one years ago, and he saw one for advertised on, I think it was on eBay, and went and bought it. And he did a video about riding it back to Scotland. But I mean, that's something I was going to ask this evening. Does anybody else keep up with Stevie Soggy Balls Moto on his round the world trip?
I watch him every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
Brilliant.
Exeter went behind the rope with this guy, and this guy was, took him back there and just showing him everything, and really, really nice fellow, kind of like that one you run into, Nige, that was asking all the questions.
Oh, yeah.
One of those guys.
We're all like that over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a good bunch of people, really. And that twin braking system, dual braking system, was good as well, wasn't it?
Was it?
The front back ABS type thing, not ABS.
Yeah, well, the back brake operated the front as well, and it had like a little plunger
Combined
spring
brake,
that meant you couldn't lock the back wheel up. I mean,
that's the same thing as it has on a CB125. It's got interlock.
Way ahead of its time.
Pardon?
Way ahead of its time.
Yeah. But a similar system is on the CB125. It has a little module just in between, under the seat, basically, nearly. What happens is when you press the front brake, what happens is it also has a lever which activates a little valve, and the valve controls the back brake as well. It's all mechanical.
Right.
It's linked brakes by mechanics, which is quite clever, really.
Yeah, but it didn't work too good for BMW when they had it, because a lot of people were dropping their bikes, because they had the link brake systems just pushing them around. You had a comment up here. You guys, you watch Michael Lilly, right? At his channel. Anytime I'm depressed, I watch it because he always cracks me up. He's pretty funny. I don't understand a word he says, but it's funny.
You should. When I was out with Michael, we were chatting away, and we watched back the video, and I mentioned to him, I said, you should turn the subtitles on. That gives you a really good clue how clear your videos are.
Yeah, but
they'll understand what I'm saying.
Have you not noticed though? It struggles to. I mean, I think it was either John or Chris, either Heatcam or Shiteline, on one of their videos. It said something, and I put the subtitles on. It was just completely random stuff it was putting up on the screen. Just couldn't understand it at all.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it cheers me up every time I watch it.
My kid said to me after my early videos on YouTube, they said, you've got your posh voice on.
But do you find if you ride out with Mike, do you find that you'll talk like how you would normally?
Yes. Yeah.
Does your accents get more sort of?
Um,
I don't know what the word is without upsetting everybody.
yeah. Do we
Do
go?
you
Do
do
we,
you, do you
do
start
we go, do
talking
we go
proper
native? Is that what
Jockinese?
you're trying to say now, Jay?
Do you talk proper Jockinese?
Jockey. Oh,
There's a lot of swearing at times, but yeah.
Well, that's so much better. Does Michael, when you ride with him, does he ride? It looks like he rides pretty fast sometimes.
yeah.
Normally he's at the back of me, so he's never going to ride fast. But
My
He's got the
missus
fast
always
bikes
tells me
course,
stop
hasn't
talking like a farmer.
yeah, my wife once says to me when we're in the car going to the wedding, she says, "You're not at a bloody funeral. Get a move on."
he? We got old Mac in the house tonight as well. Good to see old Mac here. If
Yes,
anybody-
and sick bastards in.
Yeah, Sick Master and old Mac. If anybody doesn't know old Mac, go and Sick Master, go and give him a shout. Go and check the channels out and have a look. Old Mac is one of the most interesting people you could ever want to listen to. And he's very knowledgeable about everything in the universe, is what I would say. Really, really nice channel to go and have a look at.
And he looks like Grizzly Adams in his picture.
He does, yeah.
Remember that? That was a blast from the past, wasn't it?
Yeah.
See what extra rider he says it, but he
Here's
doesn't.
here's a question for you on Grizzly Adams. On Grizzly Adams, what was his bear called?
Oh,
Rupert.
Who?
Rupert.
Grizzly Adams, he had a bear. What was the bear called? Do you know?
Rupert the bear. No.
Rupert.
Close,
Is
but
this a joke or is this serious, Howie?
no, this is a serious trivia question, because as we're not using the wheel, we dispense with it yet again.
Yeah.
Here's the trivia question.
Can I Google
The
it?
question is, what was Grizzly
Jimmy's
Adams'
on a roll.
bear called?
I hate him when he's on his period.
Yeah.
So
I
moody.
know. So
Can I Google it, Howie?
No, you can't. You can't. You know, anybody touches a keyboard, you're going to get kicked
How about
off.
Paddington?
No,
That's the only
No.
bear I know.
Go on then, tell us.
Ben.
Ben?
Are you sure?
Ben. It's called Ben.
Climax. Oh,
And I didn't see Exeter Riders answer, because I
He
knew
told
it
me.
anyway. It's Ben.
You
I used to
did.
go, "Arr!"
You learn something on this channel every time you come on here. don't you?
It's a school day. Every day's a school day.
Gentle Ben.
that's -5.
but the
Howie.
question is, can
Minus
Ben
5.
ride a motorbike? Can he fetch?
Listen, with claws like he's got, he can do what the hell he likes. I ain't going to argue with him.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, go on, Joe. Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel
Look
again.
at that bloody
Shall we
wheel.
go for a
Packed it
spin?
up.
This week we're going to spend together is going to be a hoot. That's for sure.
And the
Let's
bloody
get the wheel
out.
let's get the wheel back out there.
The wheel of good fortune.
If you've just joined the channel and you're wondering what's going on,
You're going to be a prize winner.
Yeah,
Dementia wheel.
this is not a wheel where we're going to get loads of prizes off the end of it. This is a wheel where
This
we're
is
going to see what
basically Motovloggers Russian roulette. Is basically what this is.
So, who's going to start the wheel? Is it going to me or Nige? That's the
You
question.
carry on. I'm going through the comments.
Right, here we go. We're going to spin it
More
again. We're going to
ramblings.
see what comes up this time.
Patrick.
nice select.
Nige selects this time. So you just want to have rest, Nige, and now you've got a question.
Yeah, spin it again.
Oh, that's what we got. Here we go.
Our top prize.
Let's promote.
We've done that already.
Have we done that one?
we
Yeah,
done
already.
that one.
Go on,
Yeah,
then.
I don't know,
Is this wheel rigged or something? Has it got any weights on the bottom or something? Honda NT 1100.
I've done that. You said about
Not
your
interested. Not
We did.
interested. Move on.
Yep. Go on. We talked about the NT 1100 switchgear on the left hand side on that, so we've done that.
Patrick's only going to be here for a while. Hi, Patrick.
Drag clutches. Drag clutches.
Oh my God. This is not,
What are the chances of that?
what we'll have to do
What are
is
the
when
chances of that?
It's rigged. It's rigged.
we have a we'll take it out. Tech kit. Right, there's a good one. Tech kit. Now, tech kit. We've all got tech kit on our motorbikes of some form or another. Yeah. How many people ride out on the motorbikes with no tech kit, a standard basic bike for starters, with nothing extra added? Is there anybody?
Me?
Yeah.
Do
What
you
do you
think
mean by
Yep.
you
tech
shoot
kit?
cameras with that?
What about your cameras? Your cameras tech kit?
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah. I'm the intercom.
Stock out of the showroom, ride your motorbike with nothing extra on it. Anybody?
I've done that 3 times when I bought the bike new.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah, true. That's
I
the only
do
time
go
you're
out
going to do
without
that, then.
cameras.
I don't
Yeah,
think I
I
know
go out without the
anyone.
cameras. I just want to go and have a play and not think about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to do nothing and have a ride, but no.
That's it, yeah.
Oh,
I invariably have cameras on simply because like a dash cam type thing.
purity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not to I don't video everything. Well, I video everything but not publish it.
Yeah.
There you go. Dylan's just said when he's out on his CB 1300, it's bog standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, brilliant. That's good. That, yeah.
Like that, isn't
Nice.
I'm a great believer in basic bikes. I'm not a great believer. It's like the classic 350. The people do head cams and they do all kinds of stuff to try and get a little bit more power out of it. I like it bog standard.
Yeah. Like pick up
Surely
Paul.
that's not the point, though, is it?
Hmm?
You buy a classic because it's a classic, don't you? You don't buy it to tune it up, do you?
No, well, I don't. That's for sure.
No.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
mean, Paul's just said the same as you, Al.
Yeah.
He can't ride without it. He just feels a lot safer with it. As you said, if anything does happen,
It's a dash cam.
I think that's quite right as well. Yeah. But
yeah.
you wouldn't buy a classic bike and stick a carpy ride on the front of it, would you? A LCD display with all
Some
the.
people do though.
Some folk
So
have, Joe.
people have done, yeah.
I would if I could get one to pair up with my phone. I've got the only phone in history that won't pair up with them bloody Chiggies, Auchis, and
But that's-
Carpio rides.
Yeah, but
Who here's
not on that.
sick and tired? Who is sick and tired of all those Chiggy and Carpy ride bloody people pushing on YouTube? I am. I think Pinky Biker mentioned it the other day on one of his chats. He's getting sick of it, and every YouTuber seems to have had a freebie and is pushing them out there.
But that's
I mean, it
part
must
and
be
parcel of it when you get that freebie, isn't it? That you do a review, a favourable review.
Yeah. Oh god, you got it's like Steve, our Exeter rider there. He's having a love affair with an old British company. I won't tell you what it is, but you've obviously all seen the
Don't
video.
mention BSA. Don't mention them.
Oh, what BSA? Yeah.
Don't mention
Yes, it's up in Birmingham. They originally came from Birmingham. They used to make guns, but now they make motorbikes in India. But it's kind of like, well, before you put your video out, before we give you a bike, we'll meet up and discuss it and chat with you about it. But you can't say anything bad because you just get cut off at the knees, won't you? Really, and any reviewing you do. So it's this is going back to that, like the channels, and you've got basically a whole collection of salesmen and people who believe they're commentating on Top Gear. They're the next Jeremy Clarkson. I'm the Jeremy Clarkson of motorbikes. Look at me. I ride a GS.
There are a few companies out there that will send you stuff and say, do what you want, say what you want.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
that
mean, I
still
would
must have
like.
confidence in their product, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm.
So on a serious note, though, I suppose, if you want to grow your channel, that seems to be a way to do it. To
Yeah.
review it, and that's what drives you.
But
Then
everybody's trying to promote themselves, though, Alex. Everybody is in a race that's it's almost like it's non-competitive now because everybody's chasing
and
success on YouTube by doing that, and it's what makes YouTube become boring. So it's kind of like it's its own destruction, really. If you want to look for better words, it's gonna
totally
no
agree
one's
with
gonna
you.
come to it and watch it because you're all just advertising crap.
Yeah. But would you trust these reviews from these people who are doing the reviews proper?
Nah.
You think they'd make a better review than somebody who's actually got a bike? Somebody who's
I mean, be
well,
honest.
somebody who's got one.
Be honest, if you were interested in a bike, you'd probably watch 2 or 3 reviewers. But would you really be that silly to go and buy that bike just on what someone else has said? I mean, no disrespect to Steve, he does do some great racing. But if Steve did a bike, I'd look at his bike. If he would say like a Honda, I'd look at it and think, yeah, that's good. But it's not until I actually go there, sit on it, ride it, have a good look at it, see what the finish is like for myself. I will become the reviewer before I purchase the machine, rather than let somebody else. Instead, I look at reviewers as you get a kind of idea of what's available and what's going on. If they're kind of like telling the truth, then I'll trust them. But if it's all a pack of old, crap, and that they're doing it just for the likes and the sales, and every bike they sit on is the best thing they've had, and they'd have it in their garage, then it just makes it kind of like pointless.
But Howie, you're thinking for yourself. So not everybody can do that. There's a lot of people.
I know what you mean, Alex. Yeah.
Listen to all the shit that comes out, and they're like, oh, so and so said it's a great bike, right? So I've ridden a few bikes now, and there's some bikes I get on, and I think, oh no, I don't like this, right?
Yeah.
And there's other bikes I get on, the Honda NC750X, which is derided in parks. As soon as I got on it, within 100 yards, I thought, this is a brilliant bike, because it was easy to ride, it was well balanced, I had enough power for city riding and for on the motorways. But I knew within 100 yards, I thought, this is a really good bike, right? And but if you listen to reviews, it's like, oh, it's a commuter's bike, and you think, get lost.
No,
You kind of like make your mind up for yourself. I mean, I look at reviewers as gives you an idea, or gives you. They don't say like Steve was saying, like, this company, is it I can't remember the company now that do the very cheap Chinese trial bike. They've got problems with supplies and stuff. Moto something or other, and BSA they're dropping down in price, and they're not being able to meet demands for parts and stuff. I mean, it'd be nice to know these sort of things, but when you get a gag put on you when you mention them, then it becomes kind of like, well, this is the stuff you really should be telling the prospective punters out there. If you buy this, yes, it's CF Moto, you won't be getting a really good backup for the product that you're buying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you only hear that Howie about a year after the bike's been out, when they review the next one, and then they tell you what all was wrong with the first one that they didn't mention the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But owning the bike, Michael mentioned it. Owner reviews are very, very good. But I use people that I trust after I've watched for a long time. I'll use that to help me narrow down bikes that I might not otherwise consider. But I'm kind of like Alex, though. When I get on a bike, it doesn't take me very long to figure out whether I like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, that took me about 3 minutes on that Exart to think this is ace. I'm buying this, and it was it. I mean, I've been on other bikes, and I thought, nah, don't like this. No, this is too doesn't feel right. So yeah, I think you gotta do it for yourself rather than on someone else's.
What you've done there, Howie, is you hit the nail on the head. Is that there's not one bike that suits everyone.
Oh, right? No, never will be.
Man's whatever it is another man's piece of shit, So you just got to your requirements for a motorbike is completely different. If you're a reasonably young guy, you maybe want to go really quick and go quick round corners. As you get older, you don't really want to do that.
I've got a bit like that. I'm more like a toury type, slow riding type person.
Yeah, Gary accepted, of course, because he still wants to go quicker. Right?
Well, Alex, I think Jerry is one of these sort of like wannabe getaway drivers. That's what I think he is. You missed your vocation in life there, mate. I think you shouldn't have bothered with the.
I'll send you a day's dosage of those tablets I'm on. That you'll want to go around every corner quick to get home. Then.
So some of these new brands, they're selling stuff so quick. That's why there's a supply problem, and the fact that's why there's a parts problem, because they're bunging everything they're making on the new bikes.
It's just to make money quickly is what it is,
While we're on that,
I don't think they can produce parts quick enough. Once a bike's been in circulation for a couple of 3 years, then they've got that backlog of parts, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Tell
extra
tell them what
rider.
we're doing,
Yamaha
Steve.
or Suzuki, you're going to struggle with parts when it's first new, aren't you?
Extra
Yeah.
rider called me a hooligan. I resemble that remark.
You do. You do indeed.
Yeah. Now,
You,
teacher on a bike just put a comment there. He said, "None
yeah,
of us
you
have
speak for
looked after."
yourself, Ron.
Pardon?
I said to Ron, speak for yourself. I'm in tip-top condition.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
On those tablets, you're in tip-top condition, mate. You have to be with you.
Even medical science don't want mine when I'm finished with it. I said, Steve, you couldn't hear me just now. Tell them what we're going to do soon.
What are they going to do?
You're not in love, are you?
Oh, hang on,
You're going to let
I'm trying to
the
teach
dementia's
these
kicked in.
guys to change teams.
change teams?
Oh, you've got him a test ride
Oh,
on
you are in love.
Benelli.
No, no, it's a Vosges 900.
Vogue, right.
Oh, the Vogue.
Yeah, we're going to go give them a go.
Singing, all dancing. I think, well, it's a BMW at the end of the day, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Just with
Are you going to
50%
watch
off.
Exeter Riders reviews before you buy one?
No, I will make my own mind up. Thank you.
I know
He
he's
did
all
do.
right.
He's done a good review. I've watched the 525. He did.
Yeah.
It was a good
Yeah.
review.
I think he's
Um,
just the comments just come up now. Steve said he likes the Vosges.
But the thing,
I
no
think
matter, even if you just watch the reviews anyway, you can make your own decision even after you've watched them. There might be things that some people pick up that you
Yeah.
might never even think about. But only
Yeah.
some reviews might mention something about something or other. And you sort of never thought of that. Then you can
Well,
check it out.
Yeah, well, Steve
yourself.
does. I mean, he's pretty much, he's done many of those bikes, and he's does a really good
honest.
comparison. Yeah. So
Vogue
I
650
trust
crap.
Steve's one of the few out there I trust.
Yeah.
Every
We've
time
got
Lamb Chop gets on one, he likes them all. He wants to buy them all.
Yeah. Yeah. And you need
It's
somebody who's ridden a lot of
it's an
bikes as well and has
example of
experience.
sponsorship, I suppose, Jerry.
Huh?
It's an example of sponsorship.
Oh,
You know, they get the sponsorship, they get the bikes. They're not going to say shit about them.
Of course
No.
not.
I
Well,
like
he's
to watch
new,
Lamb Chops, but he does. He pretty much everything's great. Fixing to buy it.
So now that you mentioned Land Chops, one of the things that annoyed me about one of his reviews was on Africa Twin,
Uh-huh.
and it was DCT, and it was quite clear he had no clue about DCT, yet he was passing an opinion about it, because I was
Yeah.
like that. Put it in this gear, put it in this sports mode, and it'll change the bike. Put it in sports mode 3, and it's a different motorbike to drive, and and he was talking about things about changing the gears and things like that, and I thought, you're talking shite, mate, right? But it's another example where he got a bike for content rather than he wanted to review it, right? And
Yeah.
um,
Maybe that's a kind of key thing is to review the ones that you really want to review, not the ones they throw at you.
yeah,
Oh, Dylan's gone all posh. He's traded his NT1100. He's traded it in for the 2025 electric suspension model.
I think he mentioned that the last time we had a live stream.
I know. He said he was thinking of it. He's actually done the deed.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
When's it coming? It's coming in
in June.
June.
Yeah.
Wow. Not far.
Yeah.
I would love to change my mind for the electronic suspension and the changes to the screen and things like that, but I just lose too much money.
Yeah, me as well. Definitely.
And going back to that thing we had in that BMW dealership yesterday, what they offer for the one you've got
It's peanuts.
is peanuts.
Yeah.
And yet what you're buying is still a lot of money. And and as I said to Steve, wasn't it? What am I really gaining? Yes, I'll gain the shift cam engine. The other one had full luggage, so's mine. It had a TFT on the other one, so's mine. I wasn't gaining that much really, and mine's still got a relatively low miles on it, so we'll stick with that one.
That engine will go for
They tell you
miles
the
and miles.
bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Joe.
Go,
Alex, sorry.
No, go on,
Yeah,
Willie.
they tell you the market's dropped out of the second-hand bikes, yet they want to charge you a fortune for the one you're looking at.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
The thing is, if you've got a bike that's perfectly good and does the job, like the NT1100, for instance, if you've got plenty of money, buy the new one, that's fine, and you've got a nice new bike. But if the one you've got, mine's only about a year old, year and a half old, and it does the trick and everything you want to do, is it worth replacing the bike anyway? You know, it
I always
does the
say the
job.
best bike for touring on is the one you've got.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Very true. It is very true. No matter what size it is, what make it is.
CB125.
I toured thousands of miles on my old 125 when I was a nipper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You wouldn't do it now, though, I guess.
No, not
No,
now.
no.
You read
Compact,
Mike's comment there, look, with his son's KTM. The
Yeah.
125 Duke pressure sensor failed with 1,100 miles on it, and they refused to cover it under warranty
yeah,
because it missed a service while he waited for his license.
yeah.
Biker PG makes an interesting comment here about Missden Flyers review, and he based it on the D mode, which is another example of actually not understanding the bike.
If you want to see an interesting video on Missenden Flyer, have a look where he changes the rear springs on his Royal Enfield, and then you get an idea of how well he knows around his way around motorbikes.
You know what I told him? I put it in a comment, and he got mad. I said, you probably shouldn't show that. I mean, you're just proving to everybody the worst thing about you.
When he was fitting those, was it Hepco and
No,
Becker pannier bags? He'd get the frame on.
Hey, Joe, you want to put another topic on that wheel, mate, of motovloggers we don't get on with?
right. So,
Put that on there.
so I don't want to sound too critical of these guys, because these guys, that's a business for these guys, right? You got to recognise that these are turning them into a commercial venture for them to make money,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And as long as you understand that and what they
You
do,
got to take it as it comes.
take
Take it
it
with
as
a
it comes,
pinch of
right?
salt.
I don't have any issue with them doing that, but what I take issue with is that so many people accept what they say as gospel.
Yeah.
And you think, but they don't really understand it. They don't, like DCT as Joe, you'll love it.
Yeah, I
It is
do.
a fantastic system for touring motorcycles.
Best thing
Absolutely fantastic, right? But it takes you a little while to understand how to use it to its best, right? I went up and down that place in Norway, Loft. Well, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, that one with 22 hairpins or whatever
Yeah,
it
with
was.
the hairpins, and I just slammed it into first gear for most of the time, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, so I don't condemn these guys that are commercial channels. I just think that
No, but I advised him not to do maintenance type things. He's not good at it.
no.
Well, you can compare my maintenance videos when I change my spark plug, Jerry.
Wow,
When I eventually do it.
All bloody one of them.
One of them. One
of them. Oh, it's very technical, that is. You've got to screw it anti-clockwise, and then
Yeah, but I tell you what, Joe, you didn't snap it off and then have to get some of them twisty things, did you?
Yeah, I'll have to get there just in case they do any damage to it. Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
You didn't see righty tighty.
I did this one time with a spark plug. Attach the spark plug to the wire, start the bike. Well, you can't start your bike, but if you had a dual engine, you could start the bike and let it run, then grab a hold of the spark plug.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
That'll
idea.
let you know you got a spark.
It will give you a shock, yeah, just a little bit.
Anyway, or put your spark plug in a pot full of petrol, and then start your bike. That'll let you know whether you got a spark or not.
It won't explode.
Did you see that from Ron? He said the Missden Flyer earned 30 grand from YouTube.
30 grand,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he put out a video saying that he didn't get minimum wage, or he didn't what he did, the amount of hours and everything he put in, he minimum wage. But there's a load of other YouTube channels that say that this is what this guy makes, or what Itchy Boots makes, or how much is Itchy Boots worth.
All right,
You know, I take them with a pinch of salt as well, because I mean the likes of somebody like Bruce Smart, Teapot One, he's decided that that's what he's going to do. He's going to make his career now YouTube, and yeah, like Alex has said, you know, if you take that, they've got to do some selling. But Bruce does do some interesting videos. These tours are interesting. He's good to watch. He's very good at his edits and all those sort of stuff. So he's a good filmmaker, you know. I'm sub to Teapot One, so and I will be. But it's the ones that you think, well, do you really know what you're talking about, or you just, you know? And it's kind of like they're catering. A lot of them now are catering to the new bikers or learner riders and stuff like that, who, like Alex says, are taking this as gospel, you know. And it's kind of like, well, you may learn yourself in the years to come that's, you know, maybe that information that you received at the start isn't, you know, what, you know, the truth.
But the thing is, YouTube is
Okay.
quite a commitment, really, because if you've got a channel going and you're making a bit of money out of it, they can, if something happened, they can shut you down. Your money's all gone, your income disappears. So you have to be very careful what you do, and it's probably a full-time job. You're not just doing it like every day. You've got to get up, you've got to make a video, you've got to get your cameras, your bits and pieces, your bike, and all that. It's quite a bit to do, I would have thought.
I'd rather have it as a bit of fun, as something
me
that
as well.
interests me. When I want to make a video, I'll make a video. When I want to go for a ride without a camera, I'll go for a ride without a camera, and I'll enjoy myself. You know.
I would see whether that's the case, Joe, because I think that if you watch, and I'm not picking on Mr. Flyer, but
Yeah, go on.
It's the same format he does all the time, right? He'll ride the bike, he'll do a walk round, he goes through braking, what it's like driving at night time. So he has this format that he follows, and I think because he's got that structure, I think you'll be able to do it really quick. I think.
Oh, it's like servicing a car. You know, you check this, you check that, you do this, you put in you do the plugs, you check the brake. It's kind of like an MOT tester. They probably do it. They do it without thinking about it. They just get on with it and it's the same thing when you're doing anything each time. You know, you just basically build up a muscle. You know, I mean, when I was teaching first aid courses, I was able to go through them, and you just come out with the same sentence, and you're not even really thinking about what you're saying. It's just what I said on the last course, and it just becomes like you're just reciting, you know, the same how to do CPR on a mannequin. You know, and this now's the time I get them all to breathe 2 breaths in or 5 breaths in, or, you know, 15 compressions on a mannequin, and oh no, you're not doing that right, and it just becomes.
You just like the rubber women.
I like any woman.
You like rubbing women.
Can you remember her name, Howie?
Annie, yeah, she was a French girl that was found. Was dragged out of the Seine, and she was actually the face mask was made by Madame Tussauds, who hung it up, as anybody recognised this woman, and Ledel took it on in I think it was 1940s sometime, and it was used as the face mannequin for the death mask of this girl. Was used as the face of Rossetti Annie. Although the girl died, she's probably the most resuscitated girl in the world.
That's an amazing piece of information, that, Howie.
You've learned 2 things from me tonight, haven't you? You know,
very interesting.
There, Ben, and Resuscitation Annie.
I thought they just called it because it's just a name, but there's somebody actually thought about it and given it a
Annie.
Story behind it.
Yeah.
Just say goodbye to Gazzy quickly.
What was the choking one called, Nigel? What was that? Choking Ken?
Choking Ken?
Oh, yeah, choking Ken.
Is there a dummy for that as well, for choking?
Yeah, it was when you give 5 back slaps to and then your abdominal thrusts to.
Hey, I've never seen that one before on my first course at work.
Right, time to spin the wheel. Come on.
Spin the wheel. Let's get off this subject quickly.
Spin the wheel.
I bet it's talk about the NT1100.
We'll go for the final spin of the day, shall we?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to wrap it up. And after this one, we've had a bit of a chat on this, I'll have to wrap it up because some people have to go to work in the morning, you know.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Not that I'm complaining.
The bad language out, Joe.
Hey? Right, here we go.
Here we go.
We're going to spin it again and see what happens. The last one was tech talk. I think we've talked a bit of tech and then it went off a tangent somewhere else instantly. But we're cool seat covers for touring. I think that was one that was mentioned today, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Peaky mentioned it.
Well, Peaky's not here, is he? But we can go through that because touring is something we're going to be doing in September, aren't we? Is that the plan?
won't be
It
in then.
is. It is.
So in September, who's going to have the most comfortable seat on the bike? I reckon mine's going to be quite
Me,
comfortable.
because I got an armchair while you're all away.
Oh, you're the director, aren't you? You're going to be
I'm gonna be base camp.
the base camp director.
Base camp Somerset.
You're going to get a few calls, a few issues and things called up on your phone, aren't you, on the day?
Yeah, well, if you got an issue and you can't get any internet there, I can do it for you and look up the closest Honda repair shop or stuff like that. You know.
Well, I haven't got the comfort seat on my NT1100. Have you, Alex? I don't know if you've got a comfort
standard
seat.
seat.
Standard.
Seat.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you going on the NC 750?
What, down to the lakes? Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's a standard seat you've got on there, isn't it?
It's a piece of wood. Yeah.
Piece of wood, yeah. It's quite comfortable, I think, for not too bad. Anybody got any comfort seats on them, on the bikes?
Depends if I take them tablets or not. I'll tell you, that stuff just moulds to your shape.
when I bought the 750X and I took it back in for the first service, I spoke to the dealer and I said to him, "Seat's a bit hard on the arse." You know what he said? "Man up."
Yeah.
When I first bought mine, it was hard. I was going to get a gel insert, and then it was 3-4 months before he could fit me in to put a gel insert in.
Mm.
And by the time that had passed, I'd done another 4,000 miles, and it's comfortable as you like now.
Yeah.
Your
I've got
back
a contact for a cosmetic surgeon. If you want to get the gel inserts implanted in there, then you won't have to change your seat every time, would you?
I think my missus will like that. She says my ass is too skinny anyway.
Oh, dear.
Steve's just said where we're going. So what we're going to do is, Steve and I will leave Dorset on the Sunday. We're going to go up through Wales and spend our first night at Oswestry. Is that how we say it? Oswestry.
Overstreet.
And there's that other word that we can't pronounce. That aqueduct, isn't it, on the canal? Ponty,
whatever it is, yeah.
that's the one. It's got about 58 blooming letters in the title, isn't it?
Before you go on, I think Jerry's just gone. If you have gone, Jerry,
Not Jerry.
coming along, and we'll see you in the next one. Sorry, we missed you there. Carry on, Nige. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but then Steve's introduced us to that high quality abode of Haven Holiday caravans. So we're going to stay there. We're going to do the Lake District with all the passes. We're going to have a day around the Yorkshire Dales. The next day is up into the Pennines, isn't it?
North Pennines.
And then the day after that, it's the North Pennines going up through Kielder Forest. We are just going to tip over the Scottish border and then dip back into England. I think we're staying in Bishop Auckland then, aren't we?
Yep.
That's another Premier Inn, yeah.
And then on the way back down, we'll do the Peak District as well. So hopefully the weather won't be too bad.
The weather's going to be perfect. It's going to be cracking the flags. Perfect weather. I'm even going to have my NT1100 screen down. I never had that down.
I have pre-ordered the weather for us.
Brilliant.
Good stuff.
All set in stone.
Rain on toast.
Road trip to Jerry's house. Now, that would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Disappear over there.
Fly the
I
bikes
don't know
over.
whether did we get Ron up to anywhere near 200 or not?
184 was the last time I saw it, I think. So
183.
183.
I think he had 170 summit when I first looked. So that's
it's
good.
not bad.
Got some subs out of it tonight, so that's good.
A good effort.
Yeah.
Like anytime, if anybody's watching these channels, anybody in the side chart, anybody, if you sub anybody who we watch here, I'm pretty sure they'd sub back and be the same way, basically, because we all watch everybody else's channels at the end of the day.
Yeah, look after each other.
Yeah, a lot of good people.
Because that's the thing with the smaller channels, isn't it? YouTube won't do you any favours.
Yeah. So it's good to actually, as I say, to support the smaller channels and get them a little bit more out and about where people can physically see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to help, does it?
No, it costs nothing, does it? And some of these channels, the little channels, have a lot of really good content on there, and they're good to watch.
I across one this afternoon. Moto Legion.
Yeah.
Legion. I haven't watched him yet. I've put him, saved us to watch.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a shout.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing how many channels is there that you don't know that they're there. Like when I come on here, there's probably 3 I sub to tonight where we've been talking about and things that I never even knew about. And you look. How do you find these things? Their channels is probably just by talking to other people. Is somebody else going?
Yeah, it's Stevie Extra Ride is going to shoot.
Yeah.
Cheers, Steve.
Night, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, thanks for coming in.
Steve.
I've started up a second channel the other day, and I got 1 subscriber now, so I'm quite happy with that.
Wow. Who's the one subscriber?
Can I post that one up on the
You have
side
more than
chat?
one.
Yeah, stick it there.
Is it more than one?
If you want to post it there, you post your channel up.
Hang on, I'm never going to
Check.
post anything on it because it's just too tongue in cheek, really.
It's Horn Pub,
Share
isn't
Back
it?
to the comfort. Going back to comfort seats. If they spend millions of pounds to design a bike, why is comfort extra?
That's what I'd say. Yes. Why do you have to
Yeah.
pay extra for a
Yeah.
comfort seat? It's ridiculous.
Whether you spend £2,000 or £42,000, comfort is still extra.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't buy a
So,
car and then say, "Well, you have to change all this." You can buy this seat, which is normal, or you buy a comfortable seat in your car, would you?
Well, BMW do, but apart from that, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. BMW charge you for a radio, don't they?
Don't start, you bitch.
Well, let me post it.
Although you do get first gear.
You do. Comes as standard.
Comes as standard. Now, there's something.
I'm interested to see what Nige thinks of this Vogue when he sits himself on it and takes it for a test drive.
Well, when oh god, what's his name? Mark.
Not from Leeds.
Who does all the bike reviews in our area?
Oh, Mark Pullin.
Mark Pullen. When he took it
Yeah.
out, I mean, it sounds bloody lovely, and he said how comfortable it was and that. But
He does some good reviews, and he's reasonably honest. But when he reviewed the 502, the TRK, he went and bought one.
Yeah.
Did he?
I'll
Yeah.
make a prediction here.
But he only keeps the bike for about 6 months, and I don't know why.
We have a prediction coming.
Go on, Alex.
It's a chain drive, so he'll not buy it. He wants a
No.
shaft drive. See, there's that's the killer. That's the one that he's. So
Good evening, Gordon.
That's a shaft drive. Get one of them.
Yeah. Evening, God.
Yeah. You've been
Well,
walking
Mike just said Mark never really gives a negative view. No, actually, I think you're right. I don't think I've watched one where he gave a negative one.
There's no bike is perfect. If somebody's reviewing bikes and there's no negatives at all, that's got to be something wrong there, isn't it?
That's what I mean by reasonably. He puts slight niggles up.
But any bike,
He doesn't want to,
yeah.
at the same time, he doesn't want to upset too many people because that's.
I was going to say,
he's got-
because then that's going to dry up his opportunities to take other bikes out, isn't it? If they're going out of their way to stop sales for that dealer that they're being lent that bike on, all the right one's going to keep lending them a bike.
Yeah. And what makes me laugh?
It's you don't believe everything you read in the paper. It gives you a chance to narrow it down a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't
you
believe
saying, Joe?
anything in the papers.
You see the videos where anything they're reviewing, there's always has to be 5 good things and 5 bad things. But why does there always have to be 5 bad things, and why does it always have to be 5 good things? Something might be perfect and there's nothing to say bad about it, and something might be really bad and nothing good to say about it. It shouldn't be even, should they? Really, but
No, I've only got
they have
two
to find
bad
something
things on my
which is
bike.
bad. Yeah, even if it is the tyres around or something like that. Anyway, guys, I think it's getting a bit late for me. I don't know what time it is, but it must be past 9 o'clock by now, I would have thought.
It's 20 to 10, Joseph.
20
It's
to 10.
10?
Yes.
Wow. Looks like Alex has had enough as well. Is he
Yes.
disappeared?
Oh, he's gone. There he was.
No, I'm still here. It's just it's a whiskey run is coming. So
Nightcap. I would have thought that would be. I would have guessed that was what it was.
The moonshine's arrived.
yeah. I've actually got
I'm
another
going to be the one to spoil the stream and start to wrap it up, I think. And as there's been so many people on the side chat, I can't mention all the people on the side chat. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come along tonight. Unless you've got a big list there, Nige.
No, I haven't written them all down tonight.
What I'm going to try and do is find
Isn't it?
what we need is some way. I'm going to try and find some way of writing all these down as we're physically doing them or something. I don't know how, but I'll try and work out some way of doing it ready for next time. But But thank you everybody in the side chat who's come along today. Really do appreciate you coming here, and as we all do here, we always have a really great stream. And tonight's been another really good, successful one, I think. Would anybody agree with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been busy, and the chat's been busy, and everybody's been really well behaved most of the time.
It feels like we're a bit more relaxed in front of the camera, and it's more like a bunch of blokes getting together, just having a good giggle.
Exactly, yeah.
You wait till we're all in the shower together.
Yeah.
I'm keeping hold of my soap.
Beware the button mushroom.
I think a lot of it is getting the visuals right as well, so we don't have to concentrate too much on making it look right. But I think this format here, we shall keep this. Do you think? It's worked really well today.
I think it works, doesn't it?
It's better than have the VMAX thing coming across your forehead all the time. It's it's a lot better.
I think it's good as well with having that chat up on the side.
Yeah, because everything comes up on there.
But I do wonder also when we do that spinny wheel.
Yeah.
As it comes up and you know each topic comes up, maybe take that out then.
Take what out?
The topic. So once the topics come up, take it out.
And do you think we should have less on there so you can see them? We have a maximum of 10 per.
Yeah, I think you should have five or six on there.
5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, because it's on there. It must be about 20, maybe 30 on there.
Yeah.
Paul's been listening while he's been going
off on a tangent, can't we?
We could have like you've won a prize thing or something like that, and then it just goes on to open chat. Just gives someone the idea that they've actually been successful and won a prize, but they haven't really in reality, because then you get the disappointment.
But they've won the option of speaking on the channel and putting their comments in. We can have 2 comments per stream where people can put them in and they get their questions answered.
Or how about this? We have someone that's in the live chat.
Yeah.
On the side chat.
Yeah.
We put their name in and we talk about them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice way or not?
Go down well. But hey, any ideas? If anybody's got any ideas to make it a bit more spicy, a bit more interesting, then put them in the comments down below, because we do listen here and we're trying to get it a little bit more organised and things. But it's nice to be informal and just have a nice chat, really.
I think what you could do, Joe, is have like a timer going, so we don't go off subject and forget about the wheel, but have like an alarm going, say every 5 minutes. So you get a ping comes up, so we all know stop the chat, and it's then everything gets dropped, and you go straight into the wheel again.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
Yeah. The wheel apart, one of the things that occurred to me was the other week we started talking about names and a wee competition for names of the
for the tour, wasn't it?
And we've not done that again, so we need to think about getting that on the wheel.
Talking of names, have you decided a name for your channel yet, Alec?
You had a few good suggestions up there, didn't you?
No, I have not yet, Howie.
Sorry, have I blown it? Have I blown it?
Brilliant.
Anyway, guys,
sorry, mate. I just can't keep a secret.
You're okay. I was winding
you, Gatling gob. I was
winding you up. I just seen an opportunity there to suck it in.
I should go and bleach myself with a birch in my back.
No, I haven't picked a name, and I'm not.
Rub salt in it afterwards. Yeah.
No, I've taken all the suggestions you guys have given me. I've written it down, and
put it in the bin.
I've run a few of them past my wife and see what she's got to say about it, and I'm mulling it over about what the content's going to be, but no worries, Howie. I was just winding you up. It was just so funny. I just couldn't.
I see Mike's mentioned my illegal lens covers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Illegal. I'm not going to use them.
Next week.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Right. Now it's time for me to say goodbye. Does anybody want to say goodbye before you go? You can say goodbye yourselves. I think that might be the best way to do it, rather than me saying it. So I'm going to start from the bottom right-hand side from where I'm viewing, which is Howie, and then go up the list, and we'll all say goodbye. and then I'll say the final goodbye, and we'll disappear. We'll try that for this today's
Well,
show.
it's
Okay.
goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Thank you very much to everybody in the side chat. Been brilliant. Hopefully see you next week. Cheers.
Yes, and
Yeah, it's been
goodbye.
good.
It's goodbye from me. So thank you very much for popping along, and we will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful week, and remember to work, rest, and make sure you play.
Recreate.
Sod off. No working.
The 5 Ronnies.
Co-create.
Okay, have a good day.
Right. Cheers, everyone.
Bye
Bye.
for now.
Bye.
See you later.